Welcome to this edition of Meet the Mustangs. Joining us again is Athletic Director and Head Softball Coach Scott Woodard. Welcome back.
Michael, how are you?
Well, how good did it feel to finally get on the field to play?
Not bad, not bad.
The outcome, wins and losses, wasn't what you wanted, but this was a tough opening weekend.
We definitely aren't ready to compete against 3 teams in the top 25, but at the same time, practicing against each other and
In the frigid temperatures.
Right. Well, yeah, last week wasn't fun no matter what. I was kind of glad I was in Phoenix, definitely. Yeah, we need to get on the field. We need to find out where we are. I learned a lot about some kids. Learned a lot about some, obviously, the young ones and the questions that I had. And we got better every day.
Yeah.
And that's, if we'll continue to do that, obviously our goal is to be ready to start competing, and having an opportunity to win the end of this month. So we've got 8 teams in the top 20 the first 15 games we play.
Yeah.
So we're going to get tested. If we won't lose our focus on, the eye of the prize is down the road and not, we got to win right now. But at the same time, it's hard as a player and a coach to go out there and not expect to win. And I think, if we'll do things right, we'll give ourselves a chance, and we did some. But by the end, we snuck away with one. And
Beat Cal State Monterey Bay.
right.
Good
And it was. And, we probably gave ourselves an opportunity to be in the other 2 after the first 2 we played on Friday. We were, at least gave ourselves an opportunity. We were ahead in each one. And I just felt like, there's some things I need to get out of our program right now, and that's not necessarily throw a pitcher for 7 innings and get a chance to win a game and not be able to go tomorrow. We're beat up. We've got sickness. We've got, we had an outfielder step on a ball and roll her ankle, and we have a rib from coughing too hard. And so
There's a lot of things that a coach can't control. Ask the basketball coach, Greg Adams.
Exactly. And that's what makes it hard in Division II.
Yeah.
Without depth, it's hard to win. And a couple injuries and a couple weird situations, and all of a sudden you find yourself in a tough season.
Did somebody really kind of step forward this weekend, maybe perform a little better than you expected?
Again, I think my freshmen were the key, to finding out if I still knew how to recruit. Was I recruiting the right kids? Ricky Gentry had a great weekend, 3 for 8 at the plate, only had 1 strikeout, and people looked at our stats. We struck out like crazy, so she swung the bat extremely well. Alicia Wyckoff, another freshman, 2 for 3 in her first college game, and some of the upperclassmen were like, I can't believe this. We're struggling like crazy, and as a freshman, you have nothing to lose though, and that's kind of what I play into their brain a little bit. Is my expectations for you are just get your feet wet.
Yeah.
So I felt like both of them did a great job. Ariel Smith threw the ball extremely well. She didn't throw for us the entire fall. Had a little bit of a problem with the shoulder. Struggled all the way through the fall. We finally decided that it wasn't a big deal. We had a cortisone shot a couple weeks ago. I didn't think she'd be ready to throw more than a couple innings, and she probably wasn't. But she gave us a couple innings every game,
Right.
and did a great job. So some pleasant surprises for some people that I wasn't expecting to have some success this early, definitely.
So it's nice to know that you can recruit and you still know what you're doing.
Still have a chance, hopefully.
Yeah.
If you can't recruit, you can't coach, in my opinion, because
Yeah.
you're only as good as the people you got here.
Well, of course, coaching at this level is a dangerous experience too. You're kind of beat up.
I took a few shots yesterday. You have to go out there and do what you got to do, and we're susceptible to balls being hit back at us at a high rate of speed with not much between us. So.
Yeah.
But we got to get better, and the only way for us to get better right now is to practice. And we're playing every Thursday, Friday, Saturday through the end of this month. So there's not a lot of practice time. It's going to be learn on the run and play good quality competition, and hopefully get better because of that, and get us ready for the RMAC.
One of the things I pointed out in basketball, especially on the men's side, is you compare our schedule to those of our opponents in the RMAC. A lot of them played lesser schools, Division III. You're playing top Division II teams. Do you believe that helps us get better in the long run?
I think it's the only way to be able to compete against the upper level people in our conference, because we're not going to get a chance to see them. And we have to take advantage of what we have going for us, which is our weather.
Yeah.
Obviously, regardless of the temperature here, but it allows us to be able to get out in February.
Yeah.
The RMAC schools predominantly, there's going to be some in Vegas this weekend. They're going to a crossover tournament in Minnesota next weekend. It's inside, some of them.
Yeah.
But they won't have played except 4 games, 5 games before they open up, and we have to take advantage of getting on the field and having a chance to compete, so that we can use that. And if you look at the schedule in the RMAC, a lot of the schools that cost themselves in the playoffs are because they lose early because they haven't played.
Yeah.
So it's difficult, and I understand they have issues. Some of them can't even put water on their field until April. So I don't blame them, and some of them right now have so much snow they couldn't anyway.
Yeah.
But we got to play as good a people as we can. And again, this program was built with the past of when we got off the bus, people worried about who we were, and that's still where I want this thing to go back to. Is this program needs to be able to compete against anybody in the country day in and day out. And I think we showed we were close. Yeah. Are we ready? 10 new faces. We're not ready yet. It's a process, and anybody that's been around me knows that I don't know the easy way. I only know A, B, C, D, and eventually we'll get there. And it's taken 3 years to get back to where we are, and I think by next year this program with the kids we have will be very, very good. And we won't start out the season saying we're going to play good competition. We'll be going to say we are good competition, and we're ready to meet people.
In Las Vegas, Nevada this weekend, folks, some great softball. What a better place to be. It'll be warm.
Hopefully.
Some nightlife. Not for the team, of course.
No nightlife.
Come out and see them. You'll be glad you did. Scott, thanks as always for joining us on Meet the
Thanks,
Mustangs.
Michael.